Magnussen claimed both his and Haas's first F1 pole as wet conditions set up a thrilling upset in qualifying at the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Magnussen will start Saturday's sprint in Brazil at the front of the grid with world champion Max Verstappen second for Red Bull. The 30-year-old Dane was at the top of the timesheets with 8 minutes remaining of Q3 when Mercedes' George Russell, who will start third, spun into a gravel trap and triggered a red flag. The rain, which had fallen at varying levels of intensity throughout qualifying, then strengthened, meaning no driver could improve once the session resumed, leaving Magnussen and Haas to celebrate a remarkable triumph. Having topped the timesheets in Q1, Lando Norris maintained an impressive speed to take fourth from McLaren ahead of Ferrari's Carlos Sainz, who's facing a 5-place grid penalty in Sunday's race after taking a new engine. Alpine duo Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso finished in 6th and 7th, outperforming Lewis Hamilton, who will be disappointed to have failed to take advantage of conditions he usually excels in at one of his favourite tracks. Sergio Perez was 9th after his final lap was compromised by being behind Charles Leclerc, who rounded out the top 10 after Ferrari bizarrely sent the Monegas out on intermediate tyres at the start of Q3. Interlagos is hosting the third and final sprint of the 2022 season, with Verstappen seeking to complete a hat-trick of win after victories in Imola and Austria. The grid for Sunday's full-length race, in which Verstappen will be looking for a record extending his 15th victory of the season, will also be dictated by the result of the sprint, which also offers points for the top 8 finishers. Moving back onto the undoubted star of the day, Magnussen's F1 career appeared to be over when he was let go by Haas at the end of the 2020 season, but he returned as a short-notice replacement for Russia's Nikita Mazepin at the start of the year. The Dane, who drove for McLaren and Renault before joining Haas in 2017, has impressed throughout 2022, but Friday's qualifying triumph put a fairy tale ending on his return to the sport. The result was a popular one throughout the paddock, with even drivers who have missed out on a rare shot at pole expressing their delight at their rival's success. "I came in as this arrogant little kid thinking I was king of the world," Magnussen said after qualifying. "I had a lot of lessons after that, showing how difficult it actually is in the sport. Now I'm on pole position, so I'm just going to enjoy it." While there was fortune attached with the time of the rain, Magnussen placed at the top of the timesheet was fully earned. Aside from Leclerc and Perez, the other 8 drivers had a clear shot of flying lap on fresh soft tyres, and it was Magnussen who emerged fastest. The Haas was the first car out on track, but the advantage from what as the rain strengthened was only marginal at best. Russell's spin, during which he narrowly avoided the barrier, then ended up in the gravel that saw the session stopped, and as the rain got heavier, it dawned that Magnussen was going to take pole. Having been told over the radio he was top of the timesheets as the rain got worse, Magnussen expressed his excitement but warned his team it wasn't over. The caution soon gave way to celebrations, with only Perez and Hamilton bothering to take to the track on inters in the remaining 8 minutes. "I still can't believe it," Magnussen added. "What a phenomenal job from the team did to put me out on the pit lane and the first car to give me the best piece of track. I was starting to rain. It was just a crucial part." The Brazilian crowd cheered as pictures on big screen around the track showed Magnussen celebrating his car before Haas team principal Gunstein emerged from the pit wall to take the acclaim from supporters on the home straight. While there are no points awarded for qualifying, the pole represents a prize moment for one of F1's smallest team, who only came into the sport at the beginning of 2016. Rain began to fall about an hour before the start of qualifying, adding intrigue to a session that already appeared to be well pleased with the top 3 of Perez, Leclerc and Verstappen having been separated by 8 thousandths of a second in first practice earlier on Friday. However, showers turned to a steady drizzle as the session approached, ensuring that there were no delays, but just a drying track will create plenty of jeopardy. All 20 cars came out straight out of the pits on inters, but Pierre Gasly switched to slicks around the half point and promptly went to the top of the timesheet, prompting the rest of the field to follow suit. After the timesheet constantly changes, as the track rapidly improved, with both Verstappen and Hamilton finding themselves in the bottom 5 after the checkered flag away, but both kept their cool to advance up the standings into Q2. The big losers were Alfa Romeo, with both Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guanyu making Q1 exits, despite appearing to be strong in dry conditions. They were joined by Williams' Nick Latifi, AlphaTauri's Yuki Tsunoda, and remarkably Magnussen's teammate Mick Schumacher, leaving a Haas at first and last. The track continued to improve for most of Q2 before the rain intensified at the end. Verstappen was comfortably fastest, but Hamilton was just one more exposed as he sat nights just 2 places clear of the drop zone in the closing stages. Thankfully for the 7-time world champions, at that moment the conditions finally deteriorated to the point that no further improvement was possible, and then we got into Q3. But before I go, let me run you through the grid for tomorrow's sprint. Kevin Magnussen on pole, what can you even say? It was just incredible. Normally I'm neutral, but when Magnussen took pole, it was just absolutely incredible. So happy for him. Just unbelievable. Verstappen in second, Russell in third. Russell obviously getting very fortunate unfortunate. But yeah, Verstappen fully expecting him to win the sprint race. Russell, another poor incident from him, you have to say, so he'll be disappointed with that, but still got fortunate really. Norris in fourth, considering where he was ill yesterday, that's a really good effort. Sainz in fifth, pleased to be ahead of his team, I suppose. Got a good opportunity in the sprint tomorrow, especially with Leclerc down there, but he does have that grid penalty. Alpine's pretty decent qualifying for them, but I think they will be frustrated because Norris is up in fourth. Hamilton 8th, Perez 9th, Leclerc 10th. Obviously Hamilton got unlucky with not being able to set another lap time, and I think he was also last, which didn't help. And then Ferrari were just an absolute shambles today with the car. I can understand why he's fuming. Perez 9th obviously got frustrated with that as well. And then you've got Albon in 11th and Gasly in 12th. Disappointing for Albon to just miss out, but solid qualifying for him. Gasly in 12th, I think he was upset with Tsunoda in 19th as well. Terrible for AlphaTauri, their battle for Haas, obviously with Magnussen. And then, you've got the Aston Martins, not a good day for them, and Alfa Romeo will be relieved because, they didn't have much pace either. Ricciardo 14th, just once again, not where McLaren need him, and that's going to make it another 2v1 battle, you suspect, tomorrow in the battle for P4 and the Constructors. Latifi in 16th, actually didn't do too badly, John, to be fair to him. Then you've got the Alfa Romeos down there, and Mick Schumacher last when your teammates on pole. I know it was very fortunate and all of that, but it's not good, is it? Especially when you're fighting with your seat, and if it wasn't already, I think that's the final nail in Mick Schumacher's coffin, to be honest. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, go to what's coming down in the comments section for daily F1 news, and subscribe to the channel, greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.